Okay, welcome back everybody. So I've actually got two videos to post. Last weekend's video I haven't even put up yet, but I've been working a lot this week and just haven't felt like editing it and getting it posted. But I'll do that here. Get that one posted. We'll get this posted here today. So what we're going to do is check these hives again, very similar to last week. We're going to take a look at the newest hive first. Again, we'll just see what they're doing. Not sure if this will actually take off or not. I did look at it real quick during the week. I didn't see any new eggs. The queen is still there, but and there is some capped brood in there yet to hatch. So we'll see what they are up to. And but this will be the quickest. Hive Stephanie, a lot more bees in here have moved up. So are they drawing comb? And then Hive Emily, just simply want to make sure that they're continuing along and still producing brood and all of their resources, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what we got. Okay. I do have my gloves on this time. Last week I got stung 4 times. Did fine with it, but of course it's never pleasant. And try to prevent that this weekend. Okay, still got their pollen patty. Kevin, why don't you see if you can get a top-down view? So we've really just got bees right here in the middle. Maybe a few here on the outside, nothing on this side, a couple, but this has got stored resources over here. So we'll take a look for the queen, which she was in here earlier this week. All right. So we got sugar syrup over here. We've got some capped brood. Maybe some new larvae in there, which I hope so. Earlier this week I didn't see any new larvae. So it could be some in there. But the queen is not on this. Okay, this frame is very heavy. There's the queen. See her there, Kevin? So the queen is in here. So let's take a look, see if she's laying anything. They're storing a lot of bee bread. Hard to tell. I don't know. I don't see any actual larvae. Hard for me to see if there's any eggs. But one thing that's interesting is what's going on right here. Is this going to be a queen cell? Sure looks like a supersedure cell, perhaps. So what am I going to do? Do I leave it? Is this queen just not laying because there's not enough bees in here yet? I don't know. So maybe we'll have to see. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of larvae. There was maybe some on the other side. But let's let this colony be and just do what they're going to do. Lots of resources. Small hive beetle down there. Okay. All right, so let's close this one back up and we'll take a look at the others. Okay, so the new hive, Hive A for Annabelle and Annika, is so-so. We'll see. I think they need a lot more bees, and we'll see what's going on. So we're going to get into Hive Stephanie here. let's see how many bees they got on top. So they got this lid anchored down pretty good. Okay, no queen up top. Well, there shouldn't be a queen up top because we have the queen excluder on, don't we? So, got that. Lots of daddy long leg spiders. So let's take a look inside here. Let's get a top-down view. You can see there's a lot of bees up top now. So what do we have? Let me get my frame holder on here. Scrape off a few more dead bees. And let's see. All right. So not much drawn towards the outside yet. It's getting pretty sticky up top, but so that's good. Getting lots of propolis. So Kevin, let's get a picture of this that's around. This is propolis. Some people say it propolis, but this is basically bee glue, and this can also be harvested. It can be eaten. It can be used for medicinal value, all kinds of things. So I actually ordered a screen to go over top of one of these, which the bees will create a lot of propolis, and then you can harvest it. There's a person at work that is kind of interested in that, so thought that might be kind of neat to see how they do with that. All right, so starting to build some comb here on the outside. All right, they're storing nectar in here, building comb, so that's good. So that's the third frame in. Actually, I don't need to put that out there. So you remember, this top box is where we're going to get all of our honey from. That's what the main purpose of this box is. Okay, drawing it out. Lots of nectar in there. Nothing capped yet, that's okay. Once it gets capped, then that means that the honey is basically ready. Okay, of course you can use a refractometer to check the moisture content of the honey. You want it to be probably 17% water or less, otherwise it's too thin. So you can actually use a refractometer to test it. Typically once the bees cap it, then they're satisfied with the percent of water in it. It will still get a little bit better, but that's when they basically feel that it's ready. Okay, drawing it out. This frames towards the middle are getting heavier and heavier, lots of nectar. So they're doing well, doing what they need to be doing. Hi. So we're checking this top box for honey. And they're drawing it out and filling it with nectar, which will become the honey. So basically what they do with the nectar is they'll fan it. Once they store the nectar in the frame, in the comb, they'll fan it with their wings to help evaporate the water out of it. It's how they get rid of the moisture content. And then it turns into honey. So it'll leave behind the sugary aspect of it. And then they'll cap it once they're good with it. You can pause it there. Okay, everybody, so I went through Hive Stephanie. Sorry we didn't video that a lot, but just really checked to make sure that they were drawn comb for the honey super, and they are. So I looked at a few frames, put it back together. Let's let them keep going. There's nothing capped yet. Doesn't look like anything's close to being capped, but they have drawn it out quite a bit. So if you remember from the last video, there wasn't hardly any comb at all. So they're on it, doing their thing, put it back together, and let them keep going. So now we're going to get into Hive Emily here. What we're going to want on this is, again, we're going to make sure that there's still more larvae in there, that the some previous larvae has hatched and still building up their numbers. So I'm really not worried about honey from this hive. If we get some this year, that'll be great. But if not, the main thing is to keep their rebound going, right? So they were down to almost nothing. They've had a great comeback and rebound and have been doing well. So that's all we really want to see today, is that they're continuing that trend. So let's open this up. So there are some ants up here. If you take a look at where I put the grease to try to keep ants out from last time, it's dried up. So it looks like when the sun hits it, it dries up, and I may have to keep reapplying it. I hope not every week, but anyway, there's only a couple ants up here, and it's nothing like the problem we had in the very small one. So I'm not worried about it too much. Plus their numbers had been building up. I think they'll be able to fend them off. So this was gone. I put this back last time just to cover the hole so they don't keep coming up. Right, here's my hive tool. So they got this propolized pretty good, pretty sticky. No queen there. No queen here. So this is all looking pretty good. That may not even be enough wax to take off, but we'll take this off. Oh, see, here's what you get. You get robbing. You get ants. That's what they want, the sugar just as much as everybody else. And we need to keep them out. Try to move them out of the way, so we scrape this off. Okay. Okay, so they're still not quite out to the ends, so that's okay. A beetle on here? Oh yeah, well, pesky beetles. Got him. So they still need to build up some numbers to get to the outside, but they're getting there. See, just a wee bit of comb building there, so. Oh, and this one? Might be. So not much here, but we can see, so they're about 3 frames from the end, so that's good. Got good numbers here. We got nectar, we got capped nectar, we got bee bread in there, we got pollen. So that's a good frame, resource frame.
So there's not any eggs? Is that the queen right there?
Nope. Nope. I wouldn't expect her to probably be out here. She always could be, but you can see that's just almost all nectar. So she's not laying eggs out there. So I wouldn't expect her to be be out there. So we'll look, see at what point we start finding eggs. All right, so building a lot of burr comb, and there's a lot of capped brood in here. There's new eggs. See them down in there? Those would be, yep. You can see larvae down in there.
Is that sugar syrup or actually like honey?
They haven't had sugar syrup for a while, so this is probably all nectar. And then all of this is new bees that are going to hatch. This is nectar that for resources to eat. We're going to scrape this stuff off. Yep, I probably did. Okay, so that's all good. So we see new eggs. Yep. So, but I don't see the queen. Remember, this has the natural queen. When I say natural queen, I just mean she's not one that we bought. This hive, it's the queen that this hive produced. So I'm not seeing her here. So I got my gloves on so I don't get stung, but they're sticking to everything and it's driving me nuts. I would much rather not have them. So next time I may go back to not wearing them again. So we're getting into a lot of bees here. Okay, we can see that a lot of bees have hatched here. There's still more bees to hatch. Looking for the queen.
Why are they layering like those resources up so much compared to the rest?
There must be a gap there. So more space, that's what they do. They'll fill in any space that they can.
Scrape that off.
Well, probably not off the frame itself, but all of this down here at the bottom we will. So we got lots of bee bread here. We got more larvae, lots of hatched brood. We got more capped brood.
Where are they coming from? There's like 4 down in that hole.
Yeah.
They just keep coming out.
Yeah, lots of them down in there. Okay, looking for the queen. Not seeing her on here. I want to make sure that she's not on this burr comb before I scrape it off, which I don't see her. So that's fine. Okay, put this one back. Mm-hmm.
How do they why do they lay so many those big cluster of males? Like if they don't really need them.
Well, you never know when you're going to need males, right? Maybe something all of a sudden happens to the queen and they need them. Plus, these males will go out. They'll mate with other females and it spreads the genetics of this colony to others. So just like any species, they will always want to try to, spread their genes throughout the gene pool and everything. And so they'll always keep a certain amount of males around. Now, there may be more to that answer. I think that's probably at least part of the answer. But somebody watching if you have more information on that, may be able to answer that better in a more complete way. Okay, lots of larvae. See, again, lots of hatched brood, which is what we want. They're building up their numbers. Looking for her. So once you start kind of actually seeing her, then it gets easier to find. Oh. Yep. So that was what I was afraid of. She's right here on the bottom. That's her right there. Right here.
Oh, okay.
See how she's different?
She's a lot bigger, yeah.
So see, I was getting ready to scrape that off the bottom, and that's why I checked the bottom.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would have scraped her off, right? So
So how do you get her back up there? You just leave her.
Well, I just want to make sure that she's going to move up. I don't want to drop this frame for sure. Okay, so she's moved up. You can pause it. Okay, everybody. So Hive Emily is doing very well. We saw the queen there. Kevin, did you get a shot of her before we paused it? I think we did, yeah. So anyway, I saw her in there, closed it back up. Although we'll tell you about behind the scenes what happened. So we had some people stop over here, kind of want to see what was going on. I had the frame with the queen on it, wanted to show them the queen. And of course, you know, I've heard the advice, and of course I never do what I'm supposed to do or not supposed to do. And I took the frame over there, showed them that, and what happened? The queen dropped on the ground. So, oh my gosh. Everybody had to freeze in place, don't take a step. Long story short, we found her. We've got her back on the frame. Put her back in here, close this up. So, but lots of brood hatching, going very well. We're in good shape. So all in all, the 2 original hives are doing great. Our 3rd middle one, kind of our experiment, time will tell. We'll see if they'll make it or if they don't. So tune in next time. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or anything, post them down below. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye.